Hi, and welcome to Pour Me Another, where we talk about theater like we talk about it at the bar. I'm Mark Blankenship, the editor of TDF Stages.
And I'm Ben Coleman, the literary supervisor of Samuel French.
And today, we're going to be talking about
The Flick.
Now, for those of you who don't know, The Flick is a play by Annie Baker that is about the lives of a group of people who work in a movie theater in Massachusetts.
So The Flick began at Playwrights Horizons in New York City up on 42nd Street in 2013, and then went on to win the Pulitzer Prize for Drama, not too bad, in 2014. And now the Playwrights Horizons production has been remounted and is playing currently at the Barrow Street Theater in the West Village.
And am I correct in saying that we have both seen both productions of The Flick?
We have.
We're four-time Flicksters?
So that adds up to about 14 collective hours of seeing The Flick between the two of us.
Yes, because famously, The Flick is a very long play.
3:15 with an intermission.
But one of the things that makes that play, to me, so great is the length, because there is something very important, I think, about the play taking so much time. It makes me, at least, feel like I have to reconsider what action is in a play.
Yeah. Well, because so much of The Flick, I feel like it's all so mundane in a wonderful way. So it's deceptive in that way.
It is deceptive, and it's so beautiful by the end of the play when you realize that underneath all of these very mundane activities, there's been this incredibly structured, highly formalized, dramatic event happening.
By the intermission point, or further into the show, whatever, I think you have it figured out, or you think you have it figured out. You're just like, oh, I must just be here to watch like a slice of life. I'm here to just see the everyday lives of these people doing this boring job.
And won't that be funny?
And won't that be funny and interesting?
Yeah.
And then when the actual drama circles around on itself and actually comes back to have these rewarding playwriting moments where there is something a little bit more painful or more cathartic, then that's the big surprise. It's just like, oh.
And if I may,
I think you may.
Get crazy. One of the reasons it's so moving is because it is saying, look at your own life. Our own lives are filled with things that don't seem like they have any particular meaning, but if you just look at them a little bit differently, you realize that you've been laying the foundation for these incredibly moving, meaningful things in your life all along. The thing that you said 2 weeks ago, the thing that you did this morning may have felt meaningless to you at the time, but in actuality, it was creating an entire structure around your life that was important. And if you can just give yourself permission to look at it, then you can see how much is changing right now because of some stupid thing that happened last week.
I don't want to give anybody any spoilers or anything.
Right.
We will not give spoilers.
God forbid.
But there's a moment in the play toward the end when an event happens and it really calls into question the friendship of these three people. It has to do with all of the financial hardships and the difficulties of being in a position like that where you're probably making, minimum wage. These are people who are complicated and who have all these things wrapped up inside of them, but these are their given circumstances in the life that they have and how they have to, make ends meet to be able to get out of bed every morning and be able to, hold down a job and pay their rent.
And it's exciting again because, like you said, in the first half of the play, you might not even notice any of that. You might seriously just be laughing at the cool little funny things that you know that everybody does. Because one of the things that makes this play so awesome to me is I have had a number of retail jobs that have made me feel like my soul was being drained out of my nose. Yeah, exactly. And when I worked at a bookstore that shall remain nameless because I'm not one to kiss and tell, but when I worked at a bookstore in high school, we totally had this elaborate system in place where it was like, okay, how are we gonna screw the bosses today? Because I have to be able to get this, and this for myself, even though I'm not supposed to. And you create this whole culture of like, did I get a free paperback? Did I drink something from the coffee bar that I wasn't supposed to? And The Flick gets that like 100%. So being able to just enjoy the play on that level, also great.
Yeah.
Which I guess is, when you add it all up, is the 2014 Pulitzer
Prize
Prize
winner.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But listen, we have so enjoyed the opportunity to talk to each other about The Flick, and we would love to talk to you about The Flick. So you can reach us on Twitter at #PourMeAnotherSeries, or you can tweet us directly. I am at TDFNYC.
And we are at Mr. Samuel French.
And I think that now, oh, well, first, let me just be.
You have to pour me another, Mark.
I do, because you know what? We're collaborators, and see, these are the little moments that make our life so meaningful.
Exactly.
So with that, it has been a pleasure, as always.
As always. Audra McDonald.
To Helen Mirren.
Yes, we can. Because Audra McDonald was in Wit, the HBO series with
Emma Thompson.
who was in Angels in America.
Yes.
With everyone.
Okay, so there's got to be okay.
There's probably like one more degree we need.
No, hold. Shh. I got it.
You got it?
No, I don't.
There's also Patrick Wilson, Mary Louise Parker, Al Pacino. Meryl Streep's in that movie.
Yes.
Wait.
Okay, Emma Thompson to Meryl Streep in Angels in America.
Meryl Streep to Helen Mirren for being amazing and everything.
That's true. That's letter of the law, but that's the spirit of the law, but not the letter of the law. But Meryl Streep is in.
There's gonna be super
Has
fans
she
out
been
there
in a
hating
movie
this.
with Maggie Smith? Has she been in a movie with Nigel Hawthorne? Has she been in a movie with Bruce Willis? Has she been in a movie with? Yes, Death Becomes Her. Meryl Streep in Death Becomes Her with Bruce Willis, and then Bruce Willis was in Red
with Helen Mirren.
Yes!